but I didn't understand the industry then. I knew nothing, so I didn't have a contract. I was just working based on excitement. So yeah, the agency took the model and he started working,
Yeah.
became a big name, kind of. But at the end of the day, I wasn't getting nothing off of it. And then when I asked, I got accused of poaching. And so yeah, that broke me. I said I was not gonna do it again. I was gonna quit management.
You're welcome to the Models Manifest podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I woke up earlier today than usual.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. So you're going to tell us about yourself, who you are. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Good morning again. My name is Simeon, and
Mm.
I'm a model agent and talent manager as well.
Yeah.
And I'm basically the founder of FS Model Management and Monster Models. They're like sister agencies, so founded by me. And I've basically been working as a model agent for 2 years now. Yeah, 1 year. 1 year. You just basically going 2 years, so not a total pack of 2 years, but going into 2 years, and it's been an exciting journey, really, to see what talent management can in the life of individuals. And yeah, I'm enjoying the ride. So that's basically all.
Okay. Um, Also tell us how your journey as a talent manager has been.
It has been a lot. It has been a
Yeah.
lot. It has been good. It has also been very depressing because I started off as an intern with an agency in Nigeria. I'm not gonna mention names, but I was ripped. So that was like the beginning of the whole career as like a model agent. I've always been very interested in fashion and everything that has to do with modeling. I wanted to be a model, but it didn't work out for me. So I went into fashion, into styling, and all of those until I found the agency that they said, oh, they were looking for a scout and all of that. I just started working with them. So I scouted a model that you
Mm.
definitely know, and he's a supermodel right now. I did scout him. I'm not going to mention names again, just for
Mm.
security purposes. But I didn't understand the industry then. I knew nothing, so I didn't have a contract. I was just working based on excitement. So yeah, the agency took the model and he started working,
Yeah.
became a big name, kind of. But at the end of the day, I wasn't getting nothing off of it. And then when I asked, I got accused of poaching. And so yeah, that broke me. I said I was not gonna do it again. I was gonna quit management, but I found someone else and it just became really good. So that was the bad aspect of it. But then so far it's been good. Still depressing, but it's been a good journey and I'm enjoying the experience and everything. So
So
yeah.
so what inspired you to join also the industry?
I used to be a model. I thought I used to be a
Okay.
model. I'm a 5'11" male. So but then yeah, I've always wanted to be a model. Like I had dreams. I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I had dreams of becoming the next Alton Mason. But I tried my very best and it didn't work because first I was short, second, like there was a lot of factors. So I just thought instead of giving up on the whole working in fashion dreams, let me just channel the energy into something else that could work. So that was how I just decided to become a model manager, interning on the
Mm.
agency and all of that. So yeah, I was like, if I couldn't do it for myself, I mean, I could as well help people do it because there are
Mm.
a lot of talents in this world.
Yeah.
So that was just like basically the inspiration. So yeah, that's all about it, really.
Yeah. So do you have any big challenges you faced early in your career as a talent manager?
Challenges I have faced a lot. You know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to make it in this industry. So especially the models you're managing. So, but in situations like this, when you see a potential in a model and then you scout the model and you develop the model, and scouting, being an agency on being an agent, when you scout a model, it's just basically like giving them hopes. Or for me to scout you, you must be something interesting or something stunning. And then
Mm,
when that happens, the model puts all hopes on you, in you.
mm,
Their whole career, everything becomes, you become like the god that they see being their manager. So, but then when situations like this come and the potentials you see are not what these international agencies are looking for, and then you
mm.
end up being able to place the model for a period of time. Say the model is been signed with you for 6 months, 1 year, no debut, no job, no travels. It becomes very depressing for the model, and they channel the whole sometimes pain for the ones that don't understand the industry perfectly. They become very hostile. Oh, I've been signed with you for ages, nothing is happening, you're not working for me, you have special models. It's always like that for every agent, so it's also like that for me. So that's basically the most challenging thing I face. I
Mm.
I just hate it when a model I find is not really able to do something and then letting them go. It's a lot. So
Yeah.
that's like my biggest challenge as like an agent so far.
Okay, so how did you overcome that challenge?
My best friend would always tell me, be honest, be
Mm,
straightforward. He's the direct opposite of me. He's tough love. I'm soft love. And I don't know how to say, okay, this is done. You can go. This is not working. You can go. I want to keep pushing, knowing fully well that it might not work. It could not work. But I just want to know that I'm doing it. But then he would always tell me, you're at the end of the day, you're wasting your time and then you're wasting the model's time. So just be honest. You've tried. They know you've tried. Since it didn't work, it's not your fault. It's not their fault. So the best thing to do is just, he'd always tell me, be truthful, be honest, just tell them it
mm,
didn't work. Bye.
mm.
To the next agent. Yada, yada, yada. So I haven't necessarily learned how to do that, but I am in the process of learning. So I have not necessarily overcome it, but in the process of doing it. So yeah. So I just think being truthful, like you said, or being honest is like the key. So everybody is happy at the end of the day.
Yeah. So how does your day as a talent manager look like?
I wake up in the morning.
Mm,
I of course do my stuff at home, and then I pick up my phone and surf. I'm replying to emails. I'm organizing some jobs. I'm getting sealed some bookings, and then maybe when I go out, my friends don't like going out with me because I do not pay attention to my friends when I'm on the road because I'm always looking around
mm.
like that, just looking at everybody in their eyeball to see, oh, if I could see something. So I'm not necessarily good at communicating with people when I'm walking with them. I take a step forward and I'm just surveying the whole environment, looking for the next star that I may see, and get back to my house, get back to my emails. So it's always me and my phone against the world because that is where I work from,
Okay.
basically.
When Fashion Week starts, so how do you manage also that, for example, one of your models is going to work for London, Paris, and Milan.
Mhm.
So how does it look like to you?
Fashion week for every agent and mother agency is always the heck of a season because
Yeah.
fashion week is in January, and already now I can say that I'm already exhausted because I mean, I'm by God's grace this season I'm debuting 5 new faces.
Wow.
So yeah, the agencies are all, the emails are coming in, everybody's trying to get everything set. I'm actually in my village
Mm,
right now. I traveled for the holiday, but I haven't had the whole holiday spirit because I'm always still working. So I have some models with me in town. I came back with them because they needed to develop. So I took them all the way from the city where I live to my village for developments. So there are three
Wow.
of them. The three new faces I'm debuting, they are here with me. They left their homes, they're here. So every morning we are training, we're, catwalk development, everything is just going on. So it's always a heck. But then when it's, during work season, because now it's holiday, most of the agencies are closed. During actual work ones, it's exhausting. But I'm very thankful because I have a very strong team that
Mm.
are working with me. So it makes the job easier when it's being splitted. So just very grateful for the team. Everybody's hand is on deck. So I'm very much sure from January I'd be worn out, but yeah, that's the job. That's what I signed up for. So I'm very happy about it.
Wow.
Very happy to be
Great work
working.
you're
Yeah.
doing.
Thank you very much.
So how did you discover and scout new talent for your agency?
We have a niche. I know I'm not supposed to say that because of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah, it's okay.
yeah, but we have the FS model management has a niche. We have we have a particular type of faces we like. Almost all our boys look alike. We have like a
Wow.
basic niche. We call them monsters. So
Mm.
it's basically we're not so into the soft beauty type of models. We basically and mostly like the strong and edged type of models. We could do the strong faces and the siren faces, but we're not mostly into the soft beauty. It doesn't work for us. The clients we have do not
Mm.
like that. So we're mostly looking for strong faced models, the high cheekbones, the jaw lines, and everything is what we're looking for mostly. So it's mostly like a niche for us. We're not so into scouting different type of beauties and putting them together to work. No, we have a particular type of look we're going for. So every model we're signing or scouting has to look like that, and that's basically what we're looking out for. If we're scouting online, our
Mm.
in-person scoutings, our walk-ins, everything, we're just basically looking for that particular set of faces. So if you see a board of our male models, you could probably say that they came from the same mother,
Mm.
and that's exactly how we like it. So that's what works for us, so that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're scouting, how do you approach uh,
Ooh.
developing and also nurturing careers of models you manage?
Approaching is always very difficult for me because I'm a very shy person. Yeah. And I've received some insults from approaching. But am I going to stop? No, I would not stop because I see a vision.
Yeah.
I'll take it with my full chest. But yeah, approaching is always very it's always for me, but we do it. I just, try to first of all introduce myself. That's where I wear my ID card everywhere, especially when I'm going out, or I'm wearing one of these tees that says FS Model Management.
Yeah.
So, other than that, when I'm not in any of these things, I don't approach anybody. So, I try to have either of them. So, I first try to have like an introduction with them, try to, get them to be calm and then explain the whole thing. Oh, I'm a model manager. I think you look good. I think you have possibilities of becoming a model. And then when that happens and they think I feel like they're interested, I give them my card and just hope that they text or that they call. Most don't, but yeah, the
Yeah.
few has, but then most don't. They just totally take the card and like toss it away or everything. But then after that, it's just I see my models as my children. We have like a particular, it's not basically the manager model type of relationship. Like I told you, I have some of my models in my hometown. Not everybody would do that. So we have like a very closer bond because like I understand what they're looking for. I used to be a model. So we just like very much closer than it would normally be. And just ensure that that trust and that love is just there. It makes the whole environment very safe and perfect and pure for working. So that's what I try to do. I don't try to make them see that I am their boss or I'm
Mm.
their, you know, just make them, we're all together in this, we're working together for the same goal. So yeah, that's basically what I do. And it's been working for me really great so far. So I don't think I want to stop that. No.
Okay. Wow. Do you have any advice you would give to someone who wants to get signed by your agency?
Ooh. An advice to someone who wants to get signed by my agency, I do not think I have one like that. But I would just
Mm,
say,
mm,
I just I like models or aspiring models that are very true to themselves. I see a lot of models that they want to alter their looks to look a certain way, and I genuinely don't think that that works. I feel like what we're looking for as agents is you in all your authenticity, just entirely pure you in your core. So if you're doing something to make you look a certain way for you to get signed, I do not think that works for me. I like to see very fresh, perfect, pure beauties. And I know that, oh, this person speaks to me and this is who I want. So if you want to get signed with me, I do not think altering your looks works for me because I like models in their core, like I said. So I just want you to be very pure, very natural, and just apply. That's all. You don't need to do too much. Just
mm,
apply, come as you are, and then apply. If it works for us, I would be more than honored to, of course, sign. But if it doesn't, we wish you very good luck. And on your next journey with another agency, sending you love and light, peace and harmony. Thank you.
okay. Um, so, what are some of the biggest challenges model face today, and how does a mother agency like yours help them to navigate those challenges?
Lack of confidence and low self-esteem is the biggest challenge I think the model could face. If you're a model, you should be able to know that. I just think that models in general are a different type of creator. Because for you to be a model, you have to look a certain way that is out of the basic way that everybody else looks like. My boy, for example, we went out yesterday and you could see people singling him out from the whole crowd because of how he looks. So now that alone, I think, is a flex. It's flex enough for you to understand that you are powerful. You're a model because you look different from every other person. Because not everybody can be a model. So that should give you enough confidence. But then I feel like some models, or most models rather, do not have that self confidence. They're like very low self esteem. They always are scared to do things, to go to places. But that it should be the opposite.
Mm,
People tell me that, oh, I am so proud of my models. I'll act like my models are gems. They are golds.
yeah.
They are pure gold. So you need to act like it. You need to have self-confidence. You need to have you need to have so much confidence in yourself. If you walk into the room, you're taking charge of the room. Let people know that you're there, but not doing too much, obviously, of course. But then, yeah, just that. And then bad Polaroids is a model's big challenge. You
Mm,
cannot have bad Polaroids as a model. It's going to ruin you and your career in general and entirely. So have confidence in yourself and please get the perfect Polaroid. Thank you.
yeah. So, for example, if you've liked a new face,
Mhm.
and that face, his or her Polaroids are bad, how do you handle that?
If the models are in my country, I'm not even going to say in my city because I bring models in to me all the time. So if the model is in my country and I see you and I just know that, oh, you have something, but then let me see your Polaroid and your Polaroid is saying less. What I do is I'm also into photography. Yeah, so I bring the model in to the office and then I take the Polaroids myself. Oh my god, I love Polaroids. I take myself better than everything else in this world.
Yeah.
Because then I know what I am looking for and I get it. But then when the model is not in my country, I I I have like some friends in various places, mostly in Europe, that are cameramen and photographers and all of that. I book a session and then I explain to these people this is what I'm looking for, and I always make sure to be on the FaceTime just like this when they are shooting. Show me as you shoot. You take the headshot, you bring it to me to see. You take the profile, you get it back to me to see. I need to confirm before you continue. If not, it's going to be a waste of both our times. So, I mean, yeah, that's just basically
Mm.
how I manage bad Polaroids. So either I take them myself or I direct the photography to my taste. So at the end of the day, it works for me.
Wow,
Yeah.
I love that management.
Thank you.
Um, how does your agency ensure mental health and well-being of your models?
Ooh, we party. We go
Okay.
out, we hang out. We've had
Mm.
our end of the year party. We've done a picnic. We have heart to heart conversations. Like I told you, I and my models are like friends. We do not have the boss model relationship. We have the besties relationship. So it has grown so much that they have the trust to come to me to speak to me about basically anything, as though I'm like their elder brother or like their mom or their dad. And I love that so much because it's not just one, it's not just two. All my models have that kind of trust and love for me. So when they're
Mm.
having things in their life that are entirely outside the four walls of modeling or fashion or entertainment, it's personal issues, it's family issues, it's relationship issues. They come, Papa, can I speak to you about something? I'm like, sure, what is it, my love? We have conversations. And then I'm not perfect, but I advise. We go through it together. And at the end of the day, we are cool. But then most times we go out a lot. We go out a lot, especially the ones that are in my country. We go out a lot. Sometimes I just wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh, I've not seen this model for like 2 weeks. Hey,
Mm.
are you around? Can you come to Port Harcourt? They come in town. We hang out. We go to parties. We go to clubs. Yeah. So it's basically we make it fun over here.
Wow,
So it's a very big family over here. So that's how we manage that.
that's great.
That's good.
So how do you also handle situations where a model faces rejection or criticism in the industry?
I cry.
Yeah.
I cry.
Okay.
I cry. I have trained myself so much to know that crying is okay. I
Mm.
cry, and after crying, I basically move on to the next. I've had a time where one of my first models got their visa rejected. I cried
Okay.
more than the model in question. Now, also when an agency dropped a model of mine they had, I cried more than the model. So I'm very soft. So crying is just like how I get myself relieved of stress and everything. So when things like this are happening or things are not going my way or the way I plan for a model and the whole rejections and everything, I just cry it out. But then after crying, I don't dwell in it and I just cry and then move on to the next and just hope for the best basically. That's all.
What what if a model is in Europe?
What?
What if a model is in Europe? For example, London, Milan.
I still cry.
Okay.
I still
Okay.
cry.
So
I
your
still
first
cry.
model to your first model to be signed with an international agency. Did you have many rejections
Okay, before
to
I
be?
got my first model signed. Okay, now let me tell you this. The whole group of agencies in Paris, Milan, London, New York, Spain, and Scandinavia that signed that particular model all rejected
Mm.
him initially. They all said no 2 times. Now, this is where we come back to having bad Polaroids. That was what caused me to go learn how to take Polaroids, because not every photographer knows how to take Polaroid pictures. Digitals are taken a separate way from normal how high fashion regular pictures. So I booked a session for him for photograph for Polaroids. We got the Polaroids. To me, they looked amazing. I started submitting. I submitted in all the territories. They said no. I took new Polaroids with the same photographer, different outfits, and said again. I think it was 3 months after I started submitting again. They all said no. I got depressed
Mm.
because when I'm looking at this boy, I see
It's muted.
very depressed basically. So what I did was I took a break. I met a Polaroid photographer, and I learned how to take digitals. I got a camera for myself, and I basically learned everything. And then after I was satisfied with what I learned, I came back, I called him up, and I took digitals of him myself in my house. There was no backdrop, there was no studio apartment in my house, in my wall. And those Polaroids were what changed his life because I submitted that day, and the next day he got signed in Paris and Milan.
Wow.
2 days later, he got a Zoom meeting for London, he got confirmed. Then Germany and everything came, and then mostly the next month he traveled because that was I think that was in April. Then the whole development and placement happened in May, and then June he debuted.
Wow.
And all those past years, a year and something months, it wasn't working because of bad Polaroids. So please, models, have your Polaroids good. That's just all I can say. That is all. It is your key.
So, so Polaroids matter a lot.
It's matter. It's just like a farmer without a hoe or a doctor without a stethoscope. It doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, on to the next. So how does the modeling industry evolved in the recent years, especially with the rise of social media?
Um, I genuinely think that social media has played a very crucial part in the industry because now mostly models get signed just off of Instagram, and it's a very powerful tool. That's another thing that models do not know. Your Instagram is just like your online portfolio or your walk around portfolio. So I've seen how social media has influenced because the last scouting we did, it was online. It was just on Instagram, and we found two new faces that are stunning from online submissions. So it happens a lot. Of course, every other agency experiences that, but I just think that the modeling industry evolving is has been very helpful because of social media. Because I mean, it helps everybody connect very easily. It gets you to see what you need to see. Because if you're following this kind of things that the algorithm will bring for you, and it just basically helps you understand the markets better without even being in it yet. So it's the development of social media has also played a very very great part in the modeling industry because it just makes things happen very easier. For me, I love social media. I'm a very, very social media person. So it's very cringe to see people that say, oh, I'm not on Instagram or I'm not on TikTok or I'm not on. I'm like, where do you live? Under a rock? So it's just it.
So as a talent manager, do you have a break off when it comes to social media?
Personally, no. I love social media so much. I'm always creating content. I'm
Yeah.
always posting on my TikTok every single time. I just love the whole idea of being out there on social media. But then as a talent manager, yes, sometimes because especially like in times like this when it's holiday seasons, I do not open my Instagram, my work
Okay.
Instagram, the agency Instagram. I go off of it. I do not touch my
Mm.
emails. I do not touch my Instagram. I just go on a long break off of it. But then when it's back in season time, yeah, sure, we can come back there. But then personally, as a person, I have never taken a break from social media because people take a break from social media because of their mental health. I run into social
Mm.
media because of my mental health. It helps me a lot. So, yeah, maybe because I have tough skin, sure. Because people will criticize, but I mean, I really do not care about it. So yeah.
Okay, so what impact do you think diversity and inclusion have had on the industry?
In Nigeria, it's been a hassle. To be very honest with
Mm.
you, in Nigeria, it's been a hassle because people of a certain size and body type are looking for that inclusivity. But then brands are not up for it. Most brands rather are not up for it. So it's very, very difficult. You see some models, plus size models always like trying to like I wouldn't say protest, but just try to get their voice heard. And Some are working, but some are not. But most are not,
Mm,
basically. So it's a hassle here. But then overall in the whole industry, I think it's beginning to come into place. I mean, we are seeing plus size models doing things a lot. We're seeing curvy models. We're seeing the trances. Everything is just happening basically overall in the industry. And I am here for it. We're here to see a difference. We're here to see the next thing. Not like we're tired of seeing the male models and the female models doing their job. Everybody should have a place. That is what I think. That is what I believe. But yeah, just like I said, in Nigeria, it's been a little bit more difficult in general because modeling entirely is not even well understood in Nigeria yet. So now talk more of having inclusions and all these things. It doesn't seem right to the industry here, but I
mm,
believe it's growing because I mean, my best friend's model, she's plus sized, and I have never been proud of any model as much as I'm proud of that girl. So she's a curve model. She's plus size, but she is doing amazing, and I'm very happy for it. So yeah, in Nigeria is we're still in the point of growing, but overall in the industry, I think it's gotten to a decent level for now, and hoping to see it grow more in the future because I'm here for it.
yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah. Is your friend
yeah.
under agents?
He is.
Wow.
Am I allowed to mention his name?
No, no. It's okay. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how does FS model management adapt to trends like digital management, digital modeling, or virtual fashion shows?
Come again.
How does your agency adapt to trends like digital modeling, or virtual fashion shows?
Okay, how we adapt to training more
Yeah.
digitally and virtually. Yeah, that was the question. Okay,
How
so
how you adapt how you adapt uh, to trends like digital modeling or virtual
oh
shows?
oh um I really do not know how to put that in an answer.
Mm.
Oh, what have we done in that aspect? Oh, I really do not know.
Do
I
do
really
you have you ever had virtual fashion shows in Nigeria?
virtual fashion shows. No.
Oh,
Mm-mm. No.
even
None that I know of.
even when COVID hit?
None that I know of. I don't think it has ever happened. A virtual fashion show in Nigeria. Hell nah.
Mm.
No. It's never happened. Have you experienced that? I've only seen
Uh,
one.
yeah,
I've only seen one.
there is a designer in our country, Uganda. He had
hmm
a virtual fashion show.
I I
Yeah.
think I think overall I've only seen one, and it's definitely not in Nigeria. And yeah, I watched it, but we've not had that in Nigeria yet. Maybe I
Which
can be the
designer?
first to host it.
Which
I think it was By
the
Loss.
oh oh
Yeah, one of my models
oh
did it, but it was a virtual fashion show, really.
okay.
hmm
So, what are common misconceptions do aspiring models have about the industry?
That once they become models, they're going to be famous or they're going to be billionaires. It's a lie. You're not going you're not going to become a billionaire overnight from becoming a model. You're not going to start the
Yeah.
industry today and expect to make money the next day because a model gets signed and the next thing you hear is, oh, I'm not working. Oh, I'm not making enough money. Who told you that modeling will make you a millionaire? It could, but you have to work for it. It's just like every other job that you grow into, you advance into. So the whole mindset of becoming a model to become a billionaire is what I tell models to take off of your mind. If you're coming to modeling, in as much as modeling is a career path, it is not a hobby.
Mm,
Modeling is not a hobby. Modeling is a full-time job. That's what
yeah.
people don't know. When you ask someone, "Oh, hey, why are you? What do you do?" I'm a model. Oh, wow. What inspired you? Why? How did you become a model? Oh, modeling is my hobby. Modeling is my girl. It's not a hobby. Modeling is a job. It is a full-time job, and it needs to be treated as such. So I just generally think that it advances, just like your paycheck advances while you're working and you're getting upgraded in your workspace. It gets like that. There are some models that does a show for £3,000,
Mm,
and there are still the same models that do the same show for £20,000. You get to a certain level, you grow, but then it is all in your personality. It's all in how much you have to offer, how
mm.
much the client likes you, and how much you're willing to grow. So, but then if you're coming with the mindset of just coming in to become a billionaire or becoming a billionaire, I'm sorry to break it, but I don't think you're going to make it very quickly, because that's a very wrong
Okay.
mindset to come into the industry with. So
So
you're supposed to come into the industry to grow, not to just hit bar. No,
so
yeah.
onto that, how do you handle that model when development comes in with
I make
with
sure,
that mindset?
yeah, I make sure to outline things very clearly to every model I'm having or managing. First things first, you're going to have a lot of rejections, and rejections means you're not making money. You go for a casting and you're not booked. You're not getting paid a dime because you were not booked. So, first things first, I make them understand how to manage rejection, and then
Yeah.
understand that this is a step. If you're coming to make money, I am not the manager for you. I am sorry. You grow into it. Like I said, everybody wants to make money at the end of the day. The whole concept is to make money, right? But coming with the mindset of just hitting in and then packing money and going back home is it's a whole stress for me. I dropped the model because I asked him, why do you want to do this? He said, man, I just want to get paid. This was the exact word he told me.
Wow.
Man, I just want to get paid. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm sorry, but it's chow chow for now, because I mean, he's from the UK, and I know how they think, most of them.
Mm,
So it'd be very difficult for me to start explaining the whole episode of, oh, how you grow, how you do this, because the whole mindset he's seen models living flashy lifestyle. Most of them have a side hustle. I know a model that is into real estate. I know a model that owns shops, that owns models own things, that also give them a side hustle. Also understand that the money comes once in a while. It's not
mm.
an everyday type of payments that you receive. Some models receive quarterly, some models receive yearly, depending on when clients pays and all of those. But I just make them understand that this is a timeline. It's something you grow into and go into gradually until you get to that level you're looking at being. And then when they understand that, we can work. Otherwise, it's bye bye. Otherwise, it's bye
Okay.
bye.
Okay. So can you share with us a success story of one of your models you've worked with?
Yes, I can. Yes, I always want to do that. Um, I always talk about my boy Anointing.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah.
his an idea of a success story. He's definitely not the model I've signed, and he's definitely not the first
Mm,
model I've placed and has traveled and has worked. But his everything about him is just very inspiring to me, because he has been a son,
yeah.
and he's scouted him. I saw talent. I saw a very strong talent. I saw potentials, but it didn't work out. I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. It did not work out. Everybody was blind to that boy. We've cried together.
Mm,
We've consoled ourselves together. And then at a point we decided that, oh, we're going to stop, because like I said, it didn't work. And I decided to drop him. I already made the decision to drop him. And then I broke the news to him. I'm like, Anointing, this is not working, and I am very sorry. We can't be manager and model now, but we can still be friends if you'd like. And he told me that no matter where I go, he will follow me. That thing
wow.
stays in my
Wow.
head.
Wow.
That made me cry. Talking about it now, I'm getting very emotional. But yeah. So
Yeah.
that just happened, and it just became like that. I think after some months, he's been with me for like 3 years now, and he only broke in last year or this year, earlier this year. So after the whole dropping incident, I traveled. I think I traveled to Abuja, and I was there for a while. And he took a picture and sent it to me. I'm like, wow, I'm coming back. Let's try this again. I came back and I took pictures of him again by myself, and I submitted, and voila, it worked.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay, so he got signed, and we were so excited, we were so ecstatic. We got everything done. He traveled, and he didn't work the first season. Not necessarily the first season. He didn't do Fashion Week, but then he moved to London with his agency, and
Mm.
he blew up. He has about 6 strong campaigns right now,
Wow.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
where that's where the money is at the end of the day.
Yes.
That is
We
where the
thank God
money
for that.
is. Clients love him. They are always rebooking. They are always wanting to see him again. Some of the campaigns he did has a buyout. They want to like extend the use and all of that. So in a short period, he made his mark, and I'm very excited. I'm like very, very, each time I look at him, I'm like, oh my God, we actually did this. And yeah, that's been the most inspiring story I have with a model so far. And it's right in my heart. So yeah,
Mm.
it's the strongest for me so far.
So on those campaigns, which is your favorite campaign?
I love his ASOS campaign better. Oof, that was hard. Because that one is the
Okay.
one that I think it has the biggest use so far. Because I don't think there is any street or spot in London you come that you're not going to see his face at this moment. It's just like
Mm.
basically everywhere. He's just passing by. People are sending him pictures. Oh my God, anointing, that's you. Oh my God, this is you. Oh my God, that's you. I think that's my favorite so far. So the ASOS campaign, yeah, has to be my favorite. The rest of them are super
Okay.
cool though. Yeah, but then ASOS is my favorite for now.
So how do you handle the competition as there are very many top agencies in Nigeria? So how do you handle that competition?
I do not see myself in any competition. That is how I
Okay.
manage it, right? So I say to myself, hi, Simeon, you're doing good. You're doing better than you're doing last year. This year, you're doing something better, and then you're going to get better next year. So I just basically place myself in a growth ladder, like I call it. I mark down my achievements on a yearly. So this December now, I have already marked out the achievements I had this year as a model agent, compared it with last year, and it's like 80% difference. Remember, I am only 2 years in the industry. I am still growing. So now most
Yeah.
of these top agents, most of them are 5 years, most of them are 10, most of them are 15. They have made their mark. So it's going to be very foolish of me to start comparing myself with them.
Yeah.
Growth and knowledge is power. So they've had this
Mm.
growth, they've had that knowledge. All I do is I give them their credit, I give them their respect. I'm very good friends with most agents, most
Okay.
of them in Nigeria. I'm very good friends with them. One is my best friend. So, like I said, so I just place myself on the growth ladder. I do not compare, and I do not try to compete with anybody. I'm growing on my own. Small, 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 small. We go reach there. Everybody go reach there. The sky is very big. Everybody can fly. So, though, that's how I place it for myself. I don't try to do that because it's going to break me over here. So I don't do that. I don't do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So how do you handle the travel process? Because I think it's the stressing process.
It is very stressing. Oh my god, it is very
Yeah.
stressing. Like the boys I have now on. First things first, it's the agencies make them easier because I mean they send the visa papers, which is the most crucial thingy. So, but then when the models does not have a passport, it's on me to do the passport and every other thing. So we go to the market, we buy things for travel, we buy foodstuffs, we buy casting outfits, we buy clothes. Especially this winter season now that I know that the models that are traveling are going to be freezing. We buy more clothes than usual and just get everything ready. We're always going to the market together. And I'll be going to the market tomorrow with the boys as well to buy some of the more things that we need. And Yeah, it's the most stressful thing. But at the end of the day, when we come back, we go over everything. Oh, we are happy. Oh my God, it's just in 2 weeks. Oh my God, it's just in 1 week. Oh my God, it's just in 3 days. And that whole excitement makes it very easier. You know, because we are spending a whole lot of money. But yeah, that's whole that whole excitement of launching a model makes it easier for me. So I'm very cool with it. I'm very chill with it. It's what we want.
Okay. Yeah. So, any tips for the younger models starting their careers?
Just do it. That's what I tell them. If you want to be a model, if you like the industry and you want to be a model and you want to get into it full time, the first things first to do, just to save your mental health, is understand that you may or you may not work. It may or it may not work.
Okay, I think network.
I broke I broke for a while there. Can you hear me?
It's okay. It's okay. I can hear you.
All right, that's it. So I just make sure they understand that, oh, it can work for you and it might not work for you. And just do it. Try. There's no harm in trying, actually. But then if you try and it works, it's good. If it doesn't work, there are 1,000 things to do out there. Or they can be very painful, but there is 1,000 more things to do out there. Just like me, for example, I went from model to model manager. So yeah, that's just it.
Okay. Um. Uh. What's one aspect of being a talent manager that most people don't realize and appreciate?
They don't realize that we're a working talent. It's not easy to be able to just randomly see someone and know that this person is something important or something special. 1,000 persons might pass by that person and just treat them as a normal person. But the fact that a talent manager or a talent agent can see someone and know, I think it's a superpower. I call it a superpower. It's generally a superpower that we have. Scouts and agents, it's just a superpower. But people do not appreciate that enough. People don't appreciate it. They just think that these models fall from heaven and fall to us. It's exactly. Oh wow, you're so lucky you found this. Girl, I searched the internet. I found them on the streets.
Mm,
Just give me my credit.
mm,
Thank you. But yeah, people don't know that. People don't appreciate that. It's a superpower. Because a random person can walk past that person 10 times and basically see nothing. But then when you're a talent agent or a scout and you see someone and you know that they have something and you try and it works, it's a superpower. It's a very strong
mm,
superpower. That's what I tell myself. So I'm a superhero, like my models say. And yeah, I appreciate
mm.
that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, can you share with us a memorable moment of your career that deeply impacted you?
there's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot.
What's one thing?
But I'm going to pick one of them. And it's with my recent boy, my most recent boy now, the one here with me. Um, he never had any idea of modeling or any interest at all. So and so did the parents. They were definitely not in support of him picking up this career. But then after I spoke to him and then I met the parents, because when the parents are not in support, I always like to meet them personally. So I did and spoke to the mom, spoke to the dad. They said okay, they were going to get back to me. They did not. And then the next thing, the model started taking steps back away from me. On a normal, I would call, he would respond, but he stopped. He stopped taking my calls, stopped responding to my text messages. I just decided to I felt like, oh, there is nothing I could do. There was no interest in anything and all of that. But then, after a while, one of my agents called me. I was like, oh, that this model called him that their mom is sick and their mom wants to see me. I'm like, oh, I said, okay, fine. I
Mm,
went and apparently the the dad was the one that was very very strict about the whole thing, but then the mom is a wife, She's just trying to follow the husband. But then on her sick bed, she called me and she said that, oh, that when I came to the house and how I approached them and spoke to them, she saw that I had something very special in me, that I had a light or something like that. It was just, all these mom things. And that she's giving her son to me to take care of the son and yada, 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 yada. It was a very emotional moment. But then, long story cut short, she passed. And
Sorry.
after she passed, that word has been in my head, and I took it upon myself to make sure that that boy breaks. Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It is
Oh my
well.
God, I'm so sorry. So yeah, I
It
took
is
it upon
well.
myself, and seeing now that it's happening is it's just like I fulfilled a mom's dreams, and I lost my mom long ago, so I never got to fulfill most of our dreams for myself. So seeing that I'm able to do that through this boy is it means the world to me at this moment. So yeah, that's basically the most memorable thing I think I've had
Mm.
as a model manager and as a talent agent in this industry. Gosh, do not make me
Yeah,
cry.
so emotional. Yeah, it's okay.
It's very emotional,
It is
really,
well.
but I
It
am
is well.
fine. I'm very fine.
So, how do you balance managing multiple talents while ensuring each model gets personalized attention?
Um, it all still boils down to me having a special connection with each of them. We're a family. Just like I am a dad and I have children, and I am focusing. A dad would not focus on a particular model.
Mm.
A dad would always go through all of them to make sure that, oh, he's going to school, you're going to school, they're going to school. Everybody has their things going on for them. So it's basically like that for me. That is just how I manage and go through everything. So I just try to divide the attention, although sometimes it's very difficult
Mm.
because I have like a couple of models I'm managing, but when each one comes up, I focus on that, make it happen, and then I move to the next person. That's basically how it works.
Okay.
So it balances very well.
Um, yeah. So, what's one piece of advice or encouragement you would like to leave with anyone watching who dream of breaking into the modeling industry?
Um, be yourself. Let's say that that's always my number one. Be
Yeah.
yourself. Be true to yourself. Just understand that nobody is better than you. You are you. You're unique. You're a standout. And for you to have interest in the industry means that there is a possibility and a chance for you to break through in the industry. So just be you and then try, do the necessities, and then leave the rest for God. I do not believe in fate, but I always say because I just believe that people can work things out that they want for themselves. But then I believe that some people have things that are meant to do in this life, and then others are not meant to do the same thing. Just like everybody else cannot be a singer or
Mm.
a dancer or a
Mm.
musician or an actor,
Mm.
not everybody can be a model. You might or you could want to be a model, but if that's not your destiny, it might not happen. So, but then if you have the interest, there is absolutely no harm in trying. Somebody might be out there that might be looking for you. So, all you have to do is be true to yourself, be good, and then try. If it works for
Okay.
you, perfect. If it doesn't, there are a lot of things to do.
Okay.
Yes.
I have five fire questions. I hope you're ready. Okay. Paris or London?
London.
Okay. Um, winter or spring?
Spring. Ugh.
Okay. Nigerian music or Western music?
I'm sorry, Nigeria, but Western music.
Okay. Runway or campaign?
Campaigns across the boards. Please, campaigns across the boards.
Okay. Dollars, pounds.
Pounds, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Simeon. Thank you for coming on this podcast. It has been great talking to you and also sharing with you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for inviting
Thank
me. I
you.
can't believe I had
Yeah.
fun. I thought it was going to be very strict and scary,
It's not
but it
good.
was fun. I
Uh,
had a great time and I enjoyed it.
and by the way, you're the second guest of the show of the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's great. Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you. Yeah,
All
you're
right, sure.
welcome.
Have
Yeah.
a lovely day then.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.